The show runs for about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that includes a 10-minute intermission. And just so you know, there are 6 scenes of violence, including those of self-harm. You are about to enter a world without cell phones or technology, and as such, I ask you please take a moment to silence your phones and anything else which makes noises. But more importantly, I hope that this world inspires you to think, to feel, and to plan for the type of world you'd like to live in. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy.
This is a reminder to all citizens to stay inside your rooms. Help is on the way.
Hence home, you idle creatures, get you home. What? Is it a holiday? Know you not, being mechanical, you ought not walk upon laboring day without the sign of your profession? Speak, what trade art thou?
Why, sir, a carpenter.
Where is thy leather apron and thy roll? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, what trade are you?
Truly, ma'am, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler.
But what trade art thou? Answer me directly.
Trade, ma'am, that I pray I may use with the same conscience, which it's indeed, ma'am, a mender of bad souls.
What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave, what trade?
Nay, I beseech you, be not out with me. Yet, if you be out, ma'am, I can mend you.
What meanest thou by that? Mend me, saucy fellow.
Why, ma'am, cobble you.
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is with the all. I meddle with no tradesmen's matters, nor women's matters. But with all, I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them. As proper men as ever trod upon neat's leather have gone upon my handiwork.
But wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see great Caesar rejoice in his triumph.
Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome to grace and captive fawns his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. You hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yet to chimney tops. Your infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day in patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made an universal shout? And do you now put on your best attire? And do you now call out a holiday? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Be gone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, beg to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude.
They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the capital. This way will I disrobe the images if you do find them decked in ceremonies. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll away and drive the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them fit. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wings will make him fly an ordinary pitch, whilst would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness.
He's home! Caesar speaks!
Calpurnia. My lord. Standing directly in Antonius' way when he doth run his course. Antonius!
Caesar, my lord!
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia, for our elders say the baron touched in this holy chase shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar says do this, it is performed.
Set on, leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Ah, who calls?
Did every noise be still? Peace, said again!
Who is it in this press that calls on me? May your tongue shriller than all the music, cry Caesar. Speak, Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
The soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set him before me, let me see his face.
Fellow, come from the throne. Look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak, once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
Will you go and see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me not hinder Cassius your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eye that gentleness and show of love that I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late, with passions of some difference, conceptions only proper to myself, which gives some soil perhaps to my behaviors. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, among which number, Cassius, be you one. Nor construe any further my neglect than that poor Brutus, with himself at war, forgets the shows of love to other men.
Then, Brutus, have I much mistook your passion. By means whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of worthy cogitations. Tell me, Brutus, can you not see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection by some other things.
And it is very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors, as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have heard where many of the best respect in Rome except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus, and groaning underneath this age's yoke, hath wished that Brutus had his eyes.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me?
Therefore be prepared to hear. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of.
It means that shouting. I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
I do fear it. Then must I think you would not have it so.
I would not, yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it be aught toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot say what you and other men think of this world, but for my single self, I had as lief not be, as lived to be in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born as free as Caesar, and so were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For one raw and gusty day, the troubled tide were chafing with her shores. Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into the angry flood, and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow me, and so he did. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried out, Help Cassius, or I sink. I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, from the flames of Troy, upon his shoulders did the old Anchises bear, so I, the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god. And Cassius is a worthless creature that must bend his body, should Caesar carelessly but nod on him. Ye gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout. Do you believe that these applauses are for some new honors heaped on Caesar?
My man doth strive to bear a war like a colossus, and we petty men peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that Caesar? Why should his name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours is his fair name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the name of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say there was a Brutus once who would have broke the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as the king's.
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this and of these times, I shall recount hereafter. For this present, I would not, so with love I might entreat you, be any further moved. To have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find the time, both me to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions are like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck with thus much show of fire from Brutus.
Games are done, and Caesar's returning.
As they pass by, let pass by the sleep, if he will, after his sour fashion. Tell us what had proceeded today.
I will, and look you, Caesar looks so sad, and the rest look like a chidden train.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonius, Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men and such as sleep o' nights. And Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much, such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar, he's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman and well given.
Would he were fatter, yet I fear him not. But if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads much. He's a great observer and looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost, Antony, who hears no music. Seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Men such as he be never at heart's ease while they behold a greater than themselves. Therefore are they very dangerous. Rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar.
You caught me by the sleeve. Do you speak with me?
Aye, Casca, tell us what hath chanced that Caesar looked so sad.
Why, you were with him, were you not?
I would not then ask Casca what hath chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with back his hand thus, and the people fell a shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why for that too?
They shouted thrice, what was the last cry for?
Why for that too?
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, marry was it, and at every putting by was gentler than the next, and mine honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony?
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I can't as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. It wasn't your foolery. The realm that hooted and clapped their chapped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath that Caesar refused the crown, and it had almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it. For mine own part, I durst not laugh for fear of opening my lips and taking in the foul air.
It's very like he hath a falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I, and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I know that Caesar fell down. He He spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Nay, and I tell you that I'll never look him in the face again. But those that understood him smiled and nodded at one another. But for my own part, it was Greek to me. There was one foolery, if I can remember it. Farewell.
Will you sup with me tonight, Tasca?
No, I am promised for him.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
I, if I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth the eating.
Good, I will expect you.
Oh, what a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick mettle when he went to school.
So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. Yet he puts on this tardy form. His rudeness is a sauce to his good wit that gives men's stomach to digest his work with better appetite.
And so it is. For now, I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or if you will, come home to me and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that it is disposed. Thus it is meet that noble minds keep ever with their likes. Whoso firm that cannot be seduced. Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now and he were Cassius, he would not humor me. I will this night in several hands in at his windows throw, as if they came from several citizens' writings, all tending to the great opinion that Rome doth hold of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. That done, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him or worse days endure. Who's there?
A Roman?
Tasca, by your voice.
Your ear is good. Cassius, what a night is this?
Very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens meant so?
Even knew the earth so full of faults. For my part, I have wandered about the streets, submitting me unto the perils of the night, and thus embracing Casca, as you see me, have bared my breast to the thunderstone. And when the cross-blue lightning seemed to split the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even to the very aim and flash of it.
Wherefore do you tempt the heavens so? It is the part of men to fear and tremble when the Almighty God such tokens send like dreadful heralds to astonish us.
Casca, you are dull, and those parts of life that should be in a Roman, you do lack, or else you use not. You look pale and gaze, and put on fear, and cast yourself in wonder at the strange impatience of the night. But if you would consider the true cause, why all these fires, why all these gliding ghosts, why bird and beast from quality and kind change from their ordinance unto this monstrous quality, why you shall find that heaven hath infused them with these spirits, to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens over these graves and roars, a man no greater than yourself or me in personal action, yet prodigious grown, and fearful as these strange eruptions are.
'Tis Caesar that you speak of, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is. For Romans now have thews and limbs as to their ancestors. But woe the while, our fathers' minds are dead, and we are governed by our mothers' spirits. Our yoking suffrage show us womanish.
Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king.
I know where I shall wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. Therein, ye gods, you make the weak most strong. Therein, ye gods, you tyrants do defeat. Nor stony tower, nor airless dungeon, nor walls of beaten brass, nor strong links of iron can be retentive to that strength of spirit. And life, grown weary of its worldly bars, never lacks power to dismiss itself. If I know that, know all the world beside. That part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I. So every bondman bears in hand the power to cancel his own captivity.
Why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man, I know he were no wolf, but that he sees that Romans are but sheep. He were no lion, were not Romans' hinds. Those that with haste will begin a mighty fire, begin it with weak straws. What trash is Rome, what rubbish and what awful, when it serves for the base element to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar. But oh grief, hast thou let me? I speak perhaps for a willing God. Then I know my answer must be made, but I am armed, and dangers are to me indifferent.
You speak to Casca, and to such a man that is no fleering telltale. Hold my hand. Be factious in redress of these griefs, and I will send my foot as far as he can go for farther.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Casca, I have moved already some certain of the noblest-minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence. And you know by this, they stay for me at Pompey's porch. For now, this night, there is no stir or walking in the streets, and the complexion of the element in favors like the work we have at hand. Most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
By a while, here comes one in haste.
'Tis Cinna, I do know him by his gait. He is a friend. Where haste you so, Cinna?
To find out you. Who's that, Miss Simmer?
No, this is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts. Am I not stayed for?
I'm glad on it. What a fearful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be content, good Cinna. Take this paper, and look you lay it in the praetor's chair where Brutus may but find it, and set this up in wax on old Brutus' statue, and throw this in at his windows. That done, repair to Pompey's theater, where you shall find us. Eusebius, Brutus, and Trebonius there.
All but Mattel Simmer, and she's gone to seek you at your house. Well, I will hide, and so bestow these papers as you gave me.
All that done, repair to Pompey's porch. Come, Casca. You and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of the man is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sits high in all people's hearts. That which would appear offense in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will convert to virtue and to worthiness.
Him and his good word, and our great need of his we put right well conceded. Let us go. It is after midnight, and ere day, we will awake him and be sure of him.
What, Lucius, ho! I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how near today. Lucius, I say! I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say!
Called you, my lord.
Get me a taper in my study here. When it is lighted, come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. Crown him that, and then I grant we put a sting in him, that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known his affection swayed more than his reason. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder. Whereto the climber upward turns his face, but when he wants to take the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may. Therefore think him like a serpent's egg, which, hatched, would as his kind grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
The taper burned within your closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Is not tomorrow quite the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look at the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
Brutus, thou sleepest, awake and see thyself. Shall Rome, etc., speak, strike, redress? Brutus, thou sleepest, awake and see thyself. Such instigations have often been dropped when I have took them up. Shall Rome, etc. Thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? What? Rome. My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise. If thou receivest if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, March is wasted 14 days.
'Tis good. Somebody knocks. Go to the gate. Since Cassius first did wed me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night, when evils are most free? O then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none, conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and affability. For if thou path thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Tomorrow, Brutus, we trouble you.
I have been out this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of him. And no man here but honors you, and every one of which you have that opinion of yourself which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome hither.
This Decius Brutus.
He is welcome too.
This Casca. This Cinna. This Metellus Cimber.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves twixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not the day break here?
No.
Oh, pardon, sir, it doth. And yon gray lines that fret the clouds are messengers of day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I point my sword, the sun arises, which is a good way growing on the south, laying the usual season of the year. Some 2 months further hence, up higher toward the north, he first presents his spire. The high east stands as the capital directly here.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. What need we any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? To think that our cause or our performance did need an oath, when every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is guilty of a several bastardy, if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him.
But what of Cicero? Shall we silence him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Caius Sidarius does spare Caesar hard, who rated him for speaking well of Pompey. Need I say more?
No, good Metellus, come along by him. He loves me well, and I have given him reasons. Send him along but hither, and I'll fashion him.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Decius well urged. I think it is not meet Mark Antony, so beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. Let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs, like wrath in death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers, not butchers. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we could come by Caesar's spirit without dismembering Caesar. But alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds. We shall be called purgers, not murderers. And as for Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I do fear him, for in that engrafted love that he doth bear to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, think not of him. If he do love Caesar, all that he can do is to himself take thought and die for Caesar. And it were much he should, for he is given to sports, wildness, and much company.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
But it is still uncertain whether Caesar will come forth today or no. For he is superstitious grown of late, quite apart from the main opinion he once held of dreams, fantasies, and of ceremonies. It may be that these apparent prodigies, the strange impatience of the night, and the persuasion of his augurs may keep him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he's so resolved, I can oversway him. For I can give his humors the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we'll all be there at that time.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not that.
Peace. Count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
I, Brutus, will leave you. Friends, disperse yourselves, but remember what you have said here and show yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our performances, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and formal constancy. So good morrow to you, everyone. Lucius! Fast asleep? I blame thee not. Enjoy the honey-heavy dews of slumber. Thou hast no figures, no fantasies. The busy care draws in the brains of idle men. Therefore thou sleepest so sound.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your condition to the raw, cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. You ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed, and yesterday at supper you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. When I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. Yet I insisted. Yet you answered not, but with an angry walk to your other hand gave sign for me to leave you. So I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience which seemed so much enkindled. And withal, hoping it was but an effect of humor, which sometime hath his hour with every man. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep. And could it work so much upon your shape as it hath much prevailed upon your condition, I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. But Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humors of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No. My Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which, by the right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. And on my knees, I charm you, by my once commended beauty, and by all your vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me, yourself, your half, why you are heavy. And what meant tonight have had to resort to you, for there have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces, even from darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself, but in some sort or limitation, to keep with you at meals, to comfort your bed and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure, if it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this be true, then should I know this secret.
I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I've made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Hark. One knocks. Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake all the secrets of my sad heart. All my engagements I will construe to thee, all the charactery of my sad brows. Lucius, who's that knocks?
He is a sick man that would speak with you.
Caius Ligarius, the Metellus spake of. Boy, sit aside. Caius Ligarius, how?
Vouchsafe good morrow from a feeble tongue.
What a time have you chose out, brave Caius, to wear a kerchief, when you were not sick.
I am not sick. If Brutus hath in hand any exploit worthy the name of honor.
Such an exploit have I in hand, Ligarius. Have you a healthful ear to hear of it? What it is, my Caius, I shall unfold to thee. As we are going, to whom it must be done.
Sit on your foot, with a heart new fired, I follow you. To do I know not what, but it sufficeth that Brutus lead me on.
Follow me then.
Throw me in the lava. Don't think about the consequences. Throw me in the dirt. Don't think about the choices that you made. Throw me in the water. Don't think about the splash.
From heaven or earth hath been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help, ho, they murder Caesar." Who's within?
My lord,
Go bid the priest present the sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? You shall not strike your house today.
Caesar shall forward. Things that threat me ne'er looked, but on my back, when they shall see the face of Caesar, there vanisheth.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they frighten me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts the most horrid sight seen by the watch. Fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons and right form of war which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurled in the air. Horses did neigh and dying men did groan and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets, O Caesar. These things are far beyond all use and I do fear.
What can be avoided, whose end is purposed by the mighty gods. Yet Caesar shall go forth. For these predictions are to the world in general, as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders I have seen, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come, when it will come. What say the armorers?
They would not have you stir forth today. Plugging the entrails of an offering forth, they could not find the heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart if he should stay at home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered in one day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my free that keeps you at home and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate House, and he shall say you're not well today. Let me upon my knees prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I've come to fetch you to the Senate House.
You are come in very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators, and tell them I will not come. Cannot is false, and that I dare not falser. Will not come today, tell them so, Decius.
Say that he's sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? If I in conquest stretch mine arm so far to be afraid to tell brave ears the truth? Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will, I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight that she did see my statue, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. These she does apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and have upon her knee begged that I will stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Roman bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
This way have you well expounded it.
I have, when you have heard what I can say, and know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If he should give them word they will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock act to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time when Caesar's wife should meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, lo, is Caesar afraid? Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to our proceeding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is liable.
Foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed that I did yield to them. Give me my rope, or I will go. What, Brutus? Are you stirred so early too? Tomorrow, Casca, Caius Ligarius. Caesar was ne'er so much your enemy as that same ague which hath made you lean. What is it o'clock?
Caesar just struck at 8.
I thank you for your pains and courtesies. See, Antony that revels long o' nights is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony.
So to most noble Caesar.
But then prepare within, I am to blame to be thus waited for. Now, Cinna, now Metellus, what, Trebonius? An hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you did call on me today. Be near me that I may remember.
Caesar, I will. And so near will I be that your best friend shall wish I had been further.
Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me. And we like friends will straightway go together.
That every like is not the same, O Caesar. The heart of Brutus yearns to think upon.
Prithee, boy, run to the Senate house. Say not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
To know my errand, madam.
I have had thee there and here again ere I can tell thee what thou shouldst do there. Constancy, be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain between my heart and tongue. I have a man's mind, but a woman's might. How hard it is for women to keep counsel. Art thou here yet?
Madam, what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else, and so return to you and nothing else?
Yes, bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well, for he went sickly forth. And take good note what Caesar doth, what suitors press to him. Hark! Boy, what noise is that?
I hear none, madam.
I prithee, listen well. I heard a bustling rumor like a fray, and the wind brings it from the capital.
Sooth, madam, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow, which way hast thou been?
In mine own house, good lady.
What is it o'clock?
About the ninth hour, lady.
Has Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Madam, not yet. I go to take my stand to see him pass on to the capital.
Oh, thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have, lady, if it will please Caesar to be so good to Caesar as to hear me.
I shall beseech him to befriend himself.
Why? Knowest thou any harms to come to him?
None that I know will be, much that I fear may chance. Good morrow to you. Here the street is narrow. The throng that follows Caesar at the heels of senators and priors, common suitors, who crowd a feeble man almost to death. I'll get me to a place more void, and there speak to great Caesar as he comes along.
I must go in. Ay me, how weak a thing the heart of a woman is. Brutus, heaven speed thee in thine enterprise. Sure, the boy heard me. Brutus hath a suit that Caesar will not grant. The girl faints. Run, Lucius! Commend me to my lord. Say I am married. Come to me again and bring me word what he doth say to thee.
The Ides of March are come.
Aye, Caesar, but not gone.
Are we all ready? What is amiss that Caesar and his Senate must progress?
Where is Metellus? Let her go and presently prefer her suit to Caesar's.
She is pressed. We'll press near and second her.
Proteus knows his time. For look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, Metellus throws before thy seat a humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cimber. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be thawed from the true quality with that which melted fools. I mean, sweet words, low-crooked curtsies, and base spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. Thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him. I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of thy banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Cimber may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber.
Casca, you're the first that rears your hand.
I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The sky is painted with unnumbered sparks, they are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there is but one doth hold his place, unshaked of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it even in this, that I was constant. Cimber should be banished, and constant to remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak, hands for me.
A tu, Brute. Then fall. Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Red hands proclaim pride about this street!
Songs they call them pulpits. Cry out liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement.
Liberty! Freedom! People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand stiff. Ambition's debt is paid.
Brutus, go to the pulpit! And Cassius, too!
Where is Mark Antony?
Fled to his house, amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run as if for doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasures. That we must die, we know. 'Tis but the time and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Like he that cuts off 20 years of life, cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that, and then is death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death.
Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to the elbows, besmear our swords. Then walk we forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty!
Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over in states unborn, and accents yet unknown?
How many times must Caesar bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along no worthier than the dust?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called the men that gave the country liberty! Liberty!
What shall we forth?
Aye, Brutus will lead, and we will grace his heels with the best and noblest hearts in Rome.
Who comes here? Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech you, if you bear me hard, now, whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no mean of death, as here by Caesar, and by you cut off the choice and master spirits of this age.
O Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as this our present act you see we do. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not. They are pitiful. In pity to the general wrong of Rome, hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, to you our swords have led in points, Mark Antony. Our arms in strength of malice, in our hearts a brother's temper, to receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we've appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear. And then we will deliver you the cause why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. Alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. For I did love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true. Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy leave. O world, thou wast the forest to this heart, and this indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer strucken by many princes dost thou here lie.
Mark Antony.
Pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this, then in a friend it is cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so. But what compact mean you here to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends am I with you all, and love you all. Upon this
hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I ask. And moreover, sooner that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word. No, you do. Do not consent that you should speak in Caesar's funeral. Know you not what the people may do by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself enter the pulpit first, and show the reason of this our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I shall protest, he speaks by leave and by permission. And that we are contented, Caesar shall have all true rights and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong.
I like it not, I know not what may fall.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. You shall not, in your funeral speech, blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar. Say you do it by our leave and by our permission. Else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral. And you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood over thy wounds. Now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. And Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge, shall in the confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial. You, Sir Octavius, Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar did right for her to come to Rome.
She did receive his letters and is coming from Caesar.
Thy heart is vague. Get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching for mine eyes. Seeing those beads of sorrow stand in thine, begin to water. Is your master coming?
She lies tonight within 7 weeks of Rome.
Post back with speed and tell her what hath chanced. Here is a morning Rome, a dangerous Rome. No room of safety for Octavia yet. I hence and tell her so. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent, that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living, to die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead, to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was valiant, I honor him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? If any speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply. Then none have I offended. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol. His glories not extenuated wherein he was worthy, nor his offenses enforced, for which he suffered death. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying. A place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not? With this I depart, that I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. As I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus, live! Bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Give him a statue with his ancestors.
Let him be Caesar. Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus.
Hail Brutus! Hail Brutus! Hail Brutus! Hail!
Brutus speaks.
Good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony says with our permission. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony has spoke.
Stay! Ho!
Let us go on. For Brutus' sake I am beholden to you.
What does he say of Brutus? 'Twere best he speak no harm of Brutus here. This Caesar was a tyrant.
Nay, that's certain. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Down with Caesar! Caesar's a tyrant!
Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If this was true, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men, come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me, but Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff, but Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, yet here I am to speak what I do know. love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me. Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
If thou consider rightly the matter, Caesar has had great wrong.
I fear there will a worse come in his place.
Mark these words. Thrice refused the crown. Therefore Caesar was not ambitious.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Mark him. Begins then to speak.
But yesterday the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, whom you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let the commons hear this testament.
Well, hear the will. Read it, Brother Antony.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet. You know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood. You are not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs, for if you should, oh, what would come of it?
We'll hear the will. We'll hear it, Antony. You must read the will. Caesar's will.
I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors.
Honorable men.
They were villains, murderers. The will, read the will.
You will compel me then to read the will? And make a ring about the corpse of Caesar. And let me show you him that made the will. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rend the envious Casca made. Through this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it. Judge, oh you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, in gratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart. And in his mantle, muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statua, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen. Then I and you and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us.
Oh, pity spectacle.
Oh, noble Caesar.
Traitors.
Villain, we will be revenged.
I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that loved my friend, and that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, could ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar's that could move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny!
Mutiny! Burn the house of Brutus!
pleasures, and to your heirs forever, common pleasures, to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never.
Never.
Oh, noble Caesar, we will revenge his death.
Come away! Away! We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with brands fire upon the traitors' houses. Take up the body.
Go fetch fire.
Burn down hedges!
Look down fire! Slay! Let not a traitor live!
Now that did work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. How now, fellow?
Sir, Octavia has already come to Rome.
Where is she?
She and Lepidus are at Caesar's house. I heard her say that Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen to the gates of Rome.
Belike I had some notice of the people, how I had moved them. Bring me to Octavia.
I dreamt last night that I did feast with Caesar, and things unlucky charged my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth the doors, yet something leads me forth.
Revenge!
Cease!
Whither are you going?
Where are you 12?
Are you a married man or a bachelor? Answer every man directly.
I am briefly.
I am wise. I am truly your best.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor? Huh. Well, to answer every man directly and briefly, wisely and truly, wisely I say I am a bachelor.
That's as much to say they are fools that marry. But bear me a bang for that, I fear. Proceed directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
That matters, answer directly. For your dwelling.
Briefly, I dwell at the capital.
Your name, sir. Truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Tear him to pieces! He's a conspirator!
What? No, I'm Cinna the poet. I'm Cinna the poet.
Tear him for his bad verses.
Tear him!
For his bad verses.
I am not Cinna the conspirator.
Well, 'tis no matter. His name's Cinna.
Oh,
Pluck but his name out of his heart and turn him go. Oh. Tear him. Tear him! Come, brands ho, firebrands, to Brutus' hands and clash on and burn! Oh, Caesar! The fires! Casca, son to Ligarius, away, go!
These many then shall die, their names are quick.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do
Prick
consent.
him down, Antony.
Upon condition that Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony.
He shall not live. Look for the spot, I damn him. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will thither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge and legacies.
What, shall I find you here?
Or here,
Or at the Capitol?
this is a slight, unmeritable man, meet to be sent on errands. Is it fit, the threefold world divided, he should stand one of the three to share it?
So you thought him, and took his voice. Who should be pricked to die at our black sentence and prescription?
Octavia, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay our honors on this man to ease ourselves of diverse slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as the ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business, either led or driven, as we point the way. And having brought our treasures where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off like to the empty ass, to shake his ears and graze in common.
You may do your will, but he is a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavia. In fact, I do appoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to win, to stop, to run directly on, his corporal motion governed by my spirit, and in some taste is lepidus, but so. He must be taught and trained and bid go forth, a barren-spirited fellow, one that feeds on abjects, orts, and imitations, which out of use and staled by other men begin his fashion. Do not talk of him, but as a property. And now, Octavia, listen, great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake and made about with many enemies, and some who smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischief.
Summoning breezes blue, drawing voices deep from you, led by a beating heart. What's the air and what's the night, what terrifying final sights, but like a beating heart. The light was all you had, you ran into the night from all you had. Found yourself a call along the ground, you ran into the night, you can't be found. But this is your
Stand home.
Give the word hope, Sir.
What now, Lucilius? Is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Pendarus has come to give you salutation from his master.
He greets me well. Your master Pendarus, by his own change or by ill officers, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
I do not doubt but that my noble master will appear such as he is, full of regard and honor.
He is not doubted. A word, Lucilius. How he received you, let me be resolved.
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor such free and friendly conferences he hath observed of old.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. Ever know, Lucilius, when love begins to sicken and decay, it useth and enforces ceremony. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith, but like hollow men, like horses hot at hand, they gallant show and promise of their mettle. But when they should endure the bloody spur, they fall their crests, and like deceitful jades, sink in the trial. Comes his army on.
Do you mean this man at Sardis to be quartered? The greater part, the force in general, have come from Cassius.
Hark, he has arrived.
Stand home! Most noble brother, you have done me wrong!
Judge me, you gods. Wrong I mine enemies, and if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus! This sober form of yours hides wrong, and when you do this...
Cassius, be content. Speak your grief softly. I do know you well. For the eyes of both our armies here, which should receive nothing but love from us, let us not wrangle. Bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Pendarus, bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from this crowd.
Lucilius, do you the like, and let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. Let Lucius and Titinius guard the door.
You have wronged me doesn't appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here at the Sardinians. I read my letters praying on his side because I knew the man, and slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that all knight's office should bear his comments.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mart your gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm. You know that your Brutus that speaks this, or this speech, or else you'll last.
The name of Cassius honors its corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement!
Remember March! The Ides of March remember. did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What villain touched his body that did stab, and not for justice? What shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world, but for supporting robbers, shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash may be grasped thus? I'd rather be a dog and bathe in moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bay not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier, elder in practice, able than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you are not Cassius.
I am!
I say you are not.
Urge me no more. Have mind upon your health, I shall forget myself. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight man!
It's possible.
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Must I be frightened when a madman stares?
God, must I endure all this?
All this! I more! Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom in your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth, I'll use you for my mirth, yea, for my laughter, when you are waspish.
Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For my part, I should be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me in every way, Brutus. You wrong me. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he does not thus have moved me.
Peace, peace! You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What? Durst not tempt him?
For your life, you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I make that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. For I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay for my legions, which you denied me. Was that done by Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends, be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts, dash him to pieces!
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. You was but a fool that brought my answer back. Ruth hath rised my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could not see such faults.
A flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony and young Octavia, come! Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius. For Cassius is aweary of the world. Hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman, my every fault set down in a notebook, learned and conned by rote to cast into my teeth. Weep my spirit from mine eyes. Here is my dagger, here my naked breast, within a heart, dearer than Brutus' mine, richer than gold. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth. Strike, as thou didst at Caesar. For even when thou hatest him worst, I know thou lovest him than ever thou lovest Cassius. And I, that denied thee gold, will give my heart.
Sheathe your dagger. Do what you will. It shall have scope. Be angry when you will. Dishonor shall be humor. Oh, Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who much enforced shows a hasty spark and straight is cold again.
Brutus, Have you not enough love to bear with me when that rash you wear, which my mother gave me, makes me forgetful? Hath Cassius lived to be with mirth and humor to Brutus, when grief or blood ill-tempered vexed him?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you admit so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Lucius, a bowl of wine. Cassius, I am sick with many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use if you give way to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia,
She is dead.
how escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Insupportable and touching laws. Tell what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and grief that young Octavia with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. For with her death the tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendants absent swallowed fire.
And died so.
Even so.
The immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Lucius, a bowl of wine. In this, I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, till the waters swell the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in. Titinius, welcome to Masala. Sit be close about this taper here and call into question our necessity.
Portia, art thou God?
No more, I pray you. Masala, I have here received letters wherein Octavia and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters in self-same tenor.
What addition?
That by prescription and bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree, for mine speak of 70 senators that died by their prescription, Cicero being one.
Cicero won.
Cicero is dead, and by that order of prescription.
Had you heard letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Masala.
Nor nothing in your letters written of her?
Nothing, Masala.
That methinks is strange.
Why ask you? Hear you aught of her in yours?
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true.
Then like a Roman bear the truth I tell. For certain she is dead, and by strange manner.
Why, farewell, Portia. You must die, Masala. In meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you. But my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work, alive. What think you of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
'Tis better that the enemies seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and
The
nimbleness.
people twixt Philippi and this land do stand but in a forced affection, but they have grudged us contribution. The enemy marching along by them shall make a fuller number up. come on refreshed, new added and encouraged. If from which advantage shall we cut him off, if at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
By your pardon. You must know beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause is right. The enemy increaseth every day. We at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Omitted all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
But with you we'll go on. We'll along ourselves and meet at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity. There is no more to say.
No more. We'll leave you. Early tomorrow we shall rise in hence.
Farewell, good Messala. Good night, Titanius. Noble Cassius. Good night and good repose.
Good night, Lord Brutus. Good night, Lord Brutus.
Most noble Brutus. This was an ill beginning to the night. Never let such division come between our souls. Let it not, Brutus.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother. Give me the gown. Where's thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What, thou speakest drowsily? Poor knave, thou art o'erwatched, I blame thee now. Call Claudius and some other of my men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Baron Claudius!
Call my lord?
I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall raise you by and by on business to my brother Cassius. Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while, and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
Aye, my lord, and it please you.
It does, my lord. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
I would not urge thy duty past thy might. I know young bloods look for a time of rest.
I have slept, my lord, already.
It was well done. Thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee.
How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're
tomb. O murderous slumber, layest thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays thee music? Gentle knave, good night. I would not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou dost know thou breakest thy instrument, I'll take it from thee. Good boy, good night. Let me see, let me see. It's not the leaf turned down where I left reading. Here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns. Who comes here? I think it's the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
Tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
And I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Then I shall see thee at Philippi then. Now that I have taken heart thou vanishest, evil spirit, I would hold more talk with thee. Lucius, Vero, Claudius, sirs, awake.
My lord?
Didst thou so dream, Lucius, that thou so criest out?
My lord, I do not know that I could cry.
Yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again, Lucius. Claudius, fellow, thou awake.
My lord.
Why did you so cry out, sirs, in your sleep?
Did you, my lord?
Aye, saw you anything?
No, my lord. Nothing. Nor I, my lord.
Go and commend me to my brother Cassius, and bid him set on his powers betimes before, and we will follow.
Shall be done, my lord.
These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. You said the enemy would not come down but keep the hills and upper regions. This proves not so. Their battles are at hand. They mean to warn us at Philippi here, answering before we demanded them.
Tut, I am in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by this face to fasten in our hearts that they have courage, but 'tis not so.
Prepare you, generals! The enemy comes on in gallant show. Their bloody signs of battle are hung out, and something to be done immediately.
Octavia, lead your battle swiftly on upon the left hand of this even field.
Upon the right hand, I, keep thou the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigent?
I do not cross you, but I will do so. We stand and have parley.
Antonius, stand fast, and let's not talk.
Mark Antony, shall we give sign of battle?
Nay, Caesar, we will answer on their charge. Make forth the generals would have some words.
Stir not until the signal. Words before blows, as a self-countryman. Not that we love words better as you do. Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavia.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar!"
Oh, Antony, the posture of your blows stands still and certain, but for your words, they rob the hive of bees and leave them honeyless.
And stingless too.
Oh yes, and soundless. We have stolen their buzzing, Antony, and very wisely threat before you sting.
Villains, you did not so when your vile daggers hacked one another's in the sides of Caesar. You showed your teeth like apes, and fawned like hounds, and bowed like bondmen kissing Caesar's feet, while standing Casca like a cur behind, struck Caesar on the neck. Oh, you flatterer, flatterer!
Brutus, thank yourself! This tongue had not so offended today if Cassius might have ruled.
Come the cause. If arguing makes us sweat, let the proof of it turn to red or drops. Look, I draw a sword against conspirators. When do you think the sword goes up again? Never, till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged, or till another Caesar add slaughter to the swords of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors' hands, unless thou bringest them with thee.
So I hope. I was not born to die on Brutus' sword.
Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, young girl, thou couldst not die more honorable.
A peevish schoolgirl, worthless of such an honor, joined with a masker and a reveler.
Oh, Cassius, still.
Come, Antony, away. Defiance, traitors, hurl me in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have stomachs.
Why now, blow wind, swell billow and swim bark. The storm is up and all is on the hazard.
Hark, Lucilius, a word with you.
Hello.
Masala.
What says my general?
Masala, today is my birthday. As this very day was Cassius born. Here in my hand, Masala, be thou my witness that I am, as Pompey was, compelled against my will to set against one battle all our liberties. Coming from Sardis, upon our former ensign, 2 mighty eagles fell, and there they perched, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands, who to Philippi here consorted us. This morning, they are fled away and gone, and in their stead do ravens, kites, and crows fly o'er our heads and downward look at us as we were sickly prey. Their shadow seems a canopy most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
And do but believe it partly. For I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly.
Even so, Lucilius.
Well, noble Brutus, the gods today stand friendly that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But since the affairs of men rest still uncertain, let's reason with the worst that may befall. What are you then prepared to do?
Even by the rule of that philosophy, by which I did blame Cato for the death he did give himself. I know not how, but I find it cowardly and vile, for fear of what might also to prevent the time of life. Arming myself with patience, to stay the providence of some high powers that govern us below.
Then if we lose this battle, you are content to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome.
No, Cassius, no. Think not, thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus will ever go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But this same day must end the work the Ides of March begun.
If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall speak together?
Whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever, farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why we shall smile. If not, why then this parting was well made.
Forever and forever, farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, it is true this parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of a day's business ere it come. But it sufficeth, the day will end, and then the end is known. Come, ho, away!
Oh, look, myself to mine own have turned enemy. This ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and did take it from him.
Oh, Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early. Who, having some advantage on Octavia, took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, whilst we by Antony are all enclosed.
Fly far off, my lord, fly far off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord, therefore fly, noble Cassius, fly far off.
This hill is far enough. Look, Tritinius. Are those my tents where I do perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Tritinius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse, and hide thy spurs in him till he hath brought thee up to yonder truth. And here again, that I may rest assured whether yonder troops are friend or enemy.
I'll be here again, even with a thought.
Go, Pindrus, get a little higher on that hill. My sight were ever thick. Regard Titinius. Tell me what thou noticed about the field. Today I breathed first. Time has come round. Where I did begin, there shall I end. My life has run its compass. Zero, what news?
Oh, my lord.
What news?
Titinius is enclosed round about with horsemen that make to him all the spur he spurs on. Now they're almost on him. Now, Titinius, now some light! Oh, he lights too. He is ta'en, and a heart they shout for joy.
Come down, regard no more. Coward that I am, to live so long to see my best friend ta'en before my face. Come hither, Sarah. In Parthia did I take thee prisoner. And I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt it. Come, keep thy oath. Be thou a freeman. And have your sword.
Oh, my lord.
Run fast to Titinius. Get me my sword.
Yes, my lord.
My troops are overtaken. There's nothing to be done.
My lord.
When my face is covered. This was now. Guard thou the sword. Caesar. Thou art revenged.
So, I am free. Yet would not so have been. First I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this country, Pindrus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
It is but change, Titinius. For Octavian's troops are overthrown by noble Brutus' power, as Cassius' legions are by Antony.
His tidings will well comfort Cassius.
Where did you leave him?
With Pindrus, his bondman on this hill.
Is not that he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart.
Is not that he?
No. This was he we saw. But Cassius is no more. For setting sun, as in thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in his red blood Cassius' day is set. The sun of Rome is set. Our day is gone. Clouds, dews, and dangers come. Our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this deed.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed. Oh, hateful error. Melancholy's child. Why dost thou show to the outthoughts of men the things that are not? Oh, error soon conceived, thou never comest unto a happy birth, but kill'st the mother that engendered thee.
and welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of this sight.
Hide me, Masala, and I will seek Lepindris the while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Did I not meet thy friends? And did not they put on my brow this wreath of victory, and bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything. But hold thee. Take this garland on thy brow. Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace, and see how I regarded Caius Cassius. By your leave, gods. This is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword, and find Titinius' heart.
Where Masala does his body lie? Look yonder, and Titinius mourning it. Titinius' face is upward. He is slain. Oh, Julius, Caesar, thou art mighty yet to turn our swords in our own proper entrails.
Titinius, look whether he have not crowned dead Cassius.
Are yet 2 Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that ever Rome should ever breed thy fellow. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time. Come, let us to the field. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans yet ere night. We shall try fortune in a second fight. Stay down, Clytus. Slaying is the word, it is a deed in fashion.
Now is that noble vessel filled with grief that it runs over even at his eyes.
Commander Volumnius, list word. Or this, Volumnius. The ghost of Caesar hath appeared to me twice. At Sardis once, and this last night here in Philippi fields. I know my hour is come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is Volumnius. Thou seest the world, Volumnius, how it goes. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Volumnius, thou knowest that we two went to school together. Even for that our love of old. I prithee, hold thou my sword hilt, whilst I do run upon it.
That's not an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly, my lord, fly! There is no tarrying here!
Farewell to you, and you, Volumnius. Farewell to me too, Cassius. Countrymen, my heart doth joy that yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavia and Mark Antony by this vile conquest shall attain unto. So fare you well at once. Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs upon mine eyes, my bones would rest that have but labored to attain this hour.
Fly, fly, fly! Fly, my lord, fly!
Hence I will follow. God prithee, Lucius, stay thou by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of a good respect. Thy life hath had some smatch of honor in it. Hold then my sword and turn away thy face, while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Lucius?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, good Lucius. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with have so good a will. What man is that?
It is my master's man. Lucius, where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you were in, Masala. The conquerors could but make a fire of him. For Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else have honor by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus, for thou hast proved Lucilius' saying true.
All that serve Brutus, I will entertain them. Furlong, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
I, if Masala will prefer me to you.
Do so, good Masala.
How died my master, Lucius?
I held the sword, and he did run on it.
Octavia, then take him to follow thee that did the latest service to my master.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him in all respects and rites of burial. In my tent his bones tonight shall lie, most like a soldier ordered honorably. So call the field to rest, and let's away, to part the glories of this